Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this consultation series. We're going to give you all kinds of tips and tricks for effectively and properly lighting up your home. This is a free consultation that we do for all our clients. So if you want to get your free consultation, just shoot me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca. Send me a few pictures and we'll give you a video presentation of what lights are going to work best with your property, or go and visit us at lightingdoctor.ca or go check out all our videos on YouTube. Hey Kim, thanks for the pictures and reaching out here. Yeah, I'll give you some examples for sure, and yeah, you can definitely look at going and replacing those fixtures with these. These are all LED accent lights, which are very similar to what you got right now. The nice thing is they're going to use a lot less power, and these are going to last a lot longer too. And with the, yeah, so that would be comparable to something like this. And the beauty is with the transformer that you have, I mean, you can literally add so many lights to that down the road. One thing I would consider though is if I don't know how much you like these timers. I know they're kind of a pain because as the days get longer and shorter, you're always having to go change this. So something you might want to do is just get a Wi-Fi timer plug for this. Basically, all you do is you unplug this and you unplug this from the transformer, and then you just plug the timer. You plug this into the timer and the timer into your transformer, and then now you basically have a Wi-Fi capable transformer to control all your lights, and you can still set it with dawn and dusk, but you don't have to go and mess around with this because it just uses your geographic location to determine all that. And it's like a $50 plug that replaces this. So it's something I probably would recommend. And like I said, you have a huge transformer. You'll never, if you go with LED, you'll never have to use all that, but you can add a lot of lights onto that transformer now. Yeah, so what I would do is with those uplights that I just talked about, I'd say there's probably, these are the three lights you're going to want to use: an uplight, a path and area light, and then a little bit of a wash light. It's very similar to an accent light. The only difference is it's wider and it's not as bright. So I'll show you where you can use that. But where you have the lights here already, I definitely would definitely throw some more of the uplights there. Just replace those. The only thing I would do is I'd probably put a slightly higher intensity narrower angle beam in those, as well as throw a hex baffle. So all a hex baffle is, it's like a little honeycomb shaped filter that goes over the lens, just so that as you're walking up and down the stairs or whatever, you don't really have that light kind of glaring at you. It pretty much just concentrates it on the beam. So again, if you like these ideas, let me know. I can put a kit together based on those suggestions, or let me know how many lights you're looking to replace, and we have all those in stock. But definitely have two accent lights on here with the higher intensity, sharper angle beams. Then I would probably try and get two of those accent lights. Now it looks like most of these shrubs are quite close to the house, so it's going to be tough to get them as close to the house as I would typically like and have it grazing up the brickwork. But I think what you can do, because those are close enough, is just bring them back a little bit, kind of past the shrubs here, and have them kind of shining, so they shine through the shrubs and then catch a lot of the brickwork. And kind of, you almost want to angle them so you have them a bit to the outside and kind of have them angling in, so you're getting light right to that peak, but you're also highlighting these shrubs in front. And the other cool effect you're going to get too is you're going to have some shadowing now, because as the light shines through that shrub, you're going to get a little bit of shadowing of some of the shrubs. So it kind of makes them stand out, not just from the light hitting them from the front side, but also on the back. And I know you said you were thinking of planting some grasses and stuff somewhere. I'm assuming you're talking about in here, but something I like doing, especially if you're cleaning any of this area up, and we just did this. We had at our place, at my personal house, we had a nice brick wall that it was owned by the city. It was gorgeous, but there was nothing on it, and we wanted to add some landscape lighting. So all we did was planted a couple grasses right in front of it, and then put a light right in front of that. And the grasses were only a couple feet high, but as we were shining that light through at night, now that grass looks like it's 6-8 feet tall. So if you're doing it against a backdrop, that's a cool feature, but I'm not sure if that's what you mean by replacing those. I'm assuming you're probably going to have some stuff in here, and that's where I would use the wash light. Again, it's less intensity, and when you don't need to push that light real high, this is a great one to use. So same thing on like this fountain area. If you wanted to kind of highlight the fountain a little bit,
Ideally, I'd love to get a light right in there, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do that, because if this is all sealed, it's going to be tough to get an underwater light in there without having cable over the fountain. But if you don't mind a little cable over, I would definitely try and get an underwater light in there that kind of highlights this feature. And then use those wash lights for any low-lying grasses or low-lying shrubs that you're planting. I would probably try and plant those lights in front of those, and just keep in mind you probably want to aim them inwards and not outwards, because you don't want that light shining at you as you're driving or walking on the driveway. And then something else you may want to do in a couple of the areas, especially in here, because you got all this nice pathway and rockway areas, that's where I would probably use some of the path and area lights, and you can generally space them about 10 to 12 feet apart. So I might throw one here and one here, and then another one somewhere over here, and then down the way, and then kind of stagger a couple in here, so maybe 5 or 6 around, really just highlighting the nice stepping stones you have here. And then I talked about uplighting this side and the front of the house. I would definitely do the same with the accent lights. I would probably try and use like 3 of them over here. I would probably try and get one somewhere in here that kind of shines up here and through these, and same thing over here. I think I would probably try and get one kind of somewhere back in here that shines through these and then lights up this and gets this top peak. And then I would definitely try and have at least one kind of in the middle here that shines up this area here, or one on each side that's almost kind of shooting straight up and covering this whole area. So in summary, basically you'd be looking at 1, 2 higher intensity lights, 2, 3, 4, 5, call it 6, 7, 8 accent lights for kind of this front area. Then I would probably look at maybe 5 or 6 path lights around here, and then depending on what you're thinking of planting, a couple of those wash lights. And then the other thing you could do is, if you have some of these lower lying shrubs, so for example, if you were able to get an accent light kind of a little bit further back behind the shrubs here to highlight the house, then that's where you might want to use a wash light right in front and just have it kind of highlighting the lower lying shrubs. So same thing, if you have an accent light and an accent light, you might want to throw a wash light in here to kind of help light this area, and same thing kind of down here to kind of help light this area. So then you have some higher lighting going, covering the peaks and a little bit of those shrubs, but then you're doing a nice job of kind of filling the dark holes in between with a lower line wash light like this guy. But anyway, I think those are kind of the 3 that you're looking for that would do the best job. Let me know, and I can kind of put a kit together based on those suggestions. And then something else you may want to consider too, that a lot of people find really helpful, is just the try before you buy kit. Basically, it has all those 3 lights I just talked about. You get this little battery pack thing too, that you can actually just go and plug those lights in, and then you can go and place them in all those areas I just talked about, and see how it looks before you go and make any big purchases. But I think I think that covers most of the areas, yeah, let's go with that, Kim. If you have any other questions, by all means, let me know, and I'd be happy to answer them. All right, thanks.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video just like that one, send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.